Jim. Appreciate you tuning in today. I've had a lot of the people out there wanting to know how to bake off this fantastic Winterbread yeast roll. So I'm going to show you about 5 simple steps today. First step, you need to get the product in good shape from the distributor to your freezer. You always want to check it. Shake the product. You can feel the pieces in there loose and moving about. You know that the product hasn't thawed out. You know that it's not stuck together. Let's look in here. You see these different pieces, so we know that it's in good shape. Now we're ready to pan the product up. Okay, let's pan this product up. We've made sure that the product is free of thawing. It's ready to go. Before we pan it up, something I just want to tell you that'll make it go a lot easier is you can see the manufacturing marks, the actual conveyor belt marks on this product here. You want to put this down. To make it go a little faster, you can kind of just grab a handful, throw them out there, space them out, set them out like this. If you want your product not to touch, you want about 4 rows on a large sheet pan like this. If you don't mind them touching, they'll come up a little higher, but the big problem that you're going to have is you're going to introduce air when you pull them apart. So you want to make sure and find out that you're going to serve them that day. If you're going to try to put them in the holder and use them for the next day, you want them to kind of come up on their own without touching each other. So set these out, make sure that the marks are down, and go ahead and pan them up the way you want to do it. You can also use a half sheet pan like this. Same principle goes, okay? There's no food release needed. The main thing that you need is a pan liner, and you're ready to go. Okay, we've got our product all panned up, ready to go to the cooler. I do want to mention this needs to be done the day before, okay? You can have your night crew pan this up and roll it in the cooler. Let's take it to the speed rack. We want to make sure we use a bun rack cover and try not to have any wind on the product. It's going to dry the top out if you do. So we like to have a bun rack cover. Secure that over the rack. We're going to roll it into the cooler. We're going to come back in the morning and we'll show you what it's going to look like in the morning. We'll get this in the cooler and be right back. Our rolls out of the cooler. And as a matter of fact, we've already pulled them there on the speed rack over there. And I want to show you what it looks like to have the roll from this frozen state right here to when it's been relaxing overnight. The dough has been relaxing in the cooler. Remember, winter uses a wet yeast. Okay, we want the rolls to wake up slowly and start kicking, and they'll actually start kicking in the cooler. Okay, so let's have a look, see what they look like overnight. Okay, these are looking real good. As you can see, there's a little bit of a gloss, a little sheen on top, and that's good. That way we know we've protected it against the wind. If you have too much air blowing around on top of this product in the cooler, one of the problems is there's going to be a little, the top gets hard and it's hard for the roll to kick. So I also want to show you the difference in size between, this is the frozen product. I just panned this out this morning so we could show you guys the difference. So here's the frozen, and kind of here's what it looks like after it's been in the cooler overnight. So our next step now, we're ready to go into the proofer, okay? Or we can just room proof it at room temperature inside the kitchen. One of the good things about this product is it doesn't need a lot of proofing because it wakes up so good and it starts jumping. If you'll just put it in a hot kitchen for about an hour, that's usually enough proof time to go right into the oven. So that's what we're going to do today. If you have a proofer available, you'll probably just need to proof it for about 30 minutes and watch it kind of close, because it can overproof. and you'll get voids inside the product after you bake it. And that's not all bad either. A lot of folks like that, but it's just kind of preference. But we do want this product to get a little bit bigger than this. So we're going to go set it by the oven, and we're going to wait about an hour. We're going to get back and see what size we've got, and then we'll go in the oven with it and see what we can do. Okay, let's review what we've done so far. We're getting real close to the final step, putting it in the oven, and about to see some really delicious rolls come out. First of all, if you'll remember, this is the product, what it looks like with the frozen state coming out of the case. This is what it looks like coming out of the cooler the next morning. By the way, it can stay in the cooler up to 3 days, so you can put a lot of backup supply in there and have it ready to go. Okay, these two items right here, these two pans are going to go in the oven here in just a minute. These are proofed about right. These are about ready. You can see the difference in the sizes, okay? This is going to give us what we're looking for. These are spaced out on the pan right for a roll not to touch. These are kind of close together. These are the rolls that are going to be touching each other, and like I said, it's personal preference. So let's go in the oven and get these things going. One thing I want to mention about the oven is you always want to use your high fan, and ideally you want your temperature at about 325 for 5 to 7 minutes. Most commercial ovens run at 350, and these will do fine at 350. Ideally, if you want to do an ideal situation, 325, between 325 and 350. So let's put it in there. Also, I want to mention about halfway through, some ovens have hot spots. So what you want to do is you want to come back about halfway and we'll have a look at it and turn your product and make sure it doesn't get too brown on one side. So let's go in the oven with it. Okay, I'm going to set my timer for about 7 minutes, and we're ready to go. We'll see what we get in about 7 minutes. Okay, it's been about 3 to 5 minutes. Well, it's really been just about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's go ahead and turn these and make sure there's no hot spots in our oven. These are doing quite nicely. You can see that the edges are starting to get brown. I'm going to go ahead and spin these around so we'll make sure and have an evenly baked product. Okay. We'll see you in a minute and we'll pull these out and try them. Now it's the time of truth. Let's get our rolls out of the oven. Looks like the top shelf is ready to go. I like these. This is about the right amount of doneness I like as far as the color on the roll. You can see what's in here. We're going to let these go a little while longer because they're not quite ready. One of the things I do want to say, these are ready to go. We like to let these sit at room temperature for about 3 to 4 minutes. Then what we can do is we can brush our butter on there with a pastry brush, or we can spray like a spray butter or an oleo on there. It shines it up real nice. So what we're going to do, if you go on with it right now, if you put butter on it right now, the problem is you're going to wrinkle the skin. Got a very delicate skin on this roll, so just let's let it sit for just a second. We're going to come back and we'll put some spray butter on it and let it cool, and we'll give it a try. Okay, one more thing. We let another pan proof just about 15-20 minutes longer. Just wanted to show you the difference in size. These rolls are a little bit bigger, and actually you can proof them even longer than this and get them bigger. You run the risk of getting a void inside the roll. But as you can see, you can make this roll a little bit bigger if you need to. Just personal preference on how you want to do that. Okay, great. We've had a chance to let our rolls cool a little bit after we took them out of the oven. I sprayed these a little earlier. See how it'll gloss up. And you see how the skin didn't wrinkle at all. And we didn't smash the rolls. We let them firm up a little bit before we spray them. We'll do this pan. And we'll let this pan sit here for a while. It'll gloss up just like this right here. So anyway, I hope that you guys will post some comments on YouTube. I'll be glad to respond if you have any questions. Glad that you sat through this demo and stayed with us till the end. So we look forward to the next product demo that we're going to do. And hey guys, come on, let's eat some rolls. Y'all grab a tray here. And come on in here and eat some rolls.